Welcome to PowerTrade. My name's Ted Posobiec. Let's get started here. Take a look at the disclaimer here. Remember, there is a risk in trading real money, so don't use money that you can't afford to lose. I am not a financial advisor. I am a full-time day trader. So let's go. PowerTrade, a trading format. Going to go through this here. 20-minute training session on a new topic every week. Live trading for about 10 minutes. Join me in a 20-minute interactive mastermind. Is the microphone on? If your computer has a working microphone, you may be asked to join the conversation during the mastermind. Your participation is very important and will help other traders in the room. Each mastermind includes wins. Tell us about your best trade of the week so far. Lessons. What did you learn this week that would benefit others? Q&A. What can we help clarify that will help you be a better trader? About WINvesting. Established in early 2009. We've helped thousands of traders like you in over 53 countries around the world. Our focus is to help you get real-world profits without risking your hard-earned cash. We do that via our 6-step profitability path, so you can learn virtually, risk-free, and stress-free environment. For more information, go to www.winvesting.com. About your host, my name is Ted Posobiec, Chief Trading Strategist at WINvesting.com. Professional day trader, primarily futures. I do dabble in a little bit in ETFs and stocks. Looking to start looking at some gold ETFs. Gold finally give us a pullback here. I also host the E-mini Insider Trading Room at WINvesting. Quick housekeeping notes. Replays. We are recording this and we'll post the replays as soon as possible. Participate. Your active participation will help you reinforce what you learn. Suggest. Send topics for future power trades to support at winvesting.com. If you have a suggestion that you want to go over, something that you want to go over, just suggest it, send it to support at winvesting.com. Part 1 in the training here, emergency backup plan. What to do when your charts freeze and you lose internet connection in the middle of a trade. I'm bringing this up because Friday I had a problem. And even though I have everything already, there was still occasional problem that I found once I called some of the numbers. So that's why I want to go over this plan here. The overview, problems that may occur when trading live. What to have ready. What do you do when you make that call? What to do when you make that call. There's certain things, certain steps. Every broker is a little different. Every time you make a call, it might be a little different. Just depends who's on the other end of the line. Talking to the help desk, making it easier on yourself. We're going to go through every one of these. The problems that you may have occurred when trading live, what you should have already ready in case this happens, what to do when you make that call, and talking to help desk, and things to make it a little easier on yourself. Hopefully you never have to make that call. Problems that may occur. You may have a power outage. This can crash your PC and cause you to lose internet connection. If you have a UPS battery backup for your PC and internet router, I have that already in place so that if I do lose internet connection, I have my computer stays on, the router stays on, and 2 screens stay on. The other 2 go blank. So I'm ready for that. It gives me time to get out of a trade just so that I'm comfortable about it. But, you know, things happen. Your battery backup may not work. You don't check it enough, but that does help to have a battery backup. Drop-in service with your internet provider. This happens more often when you're on Wi-Fi, but it also can happen when hooked up with a wire. You can add another a redundant internet connection through a different IPS with automatic switchover if the main one fails. I also have that. There's a lot of other things that happen even when you're hooked up. I go into it, but I'm not going to, why it drops, and sometimes it's so fast that you have to get a technician out, and they'll put up a graph, and you can actually see the drop when it happens. I've had this happen at my home. I haven't had that happen here at the office at all for that type of a problem, but every once in a while something might happen, and having a backup Wi-Fi, I use a hotspot on my phone, I can use that. Well, that's a little slow, but if you have another hardwire hookup, a backup, that'll work also. Some more problems that may occur. Say your chart freezes up. This may be caused by having too many charts or workspaces open at the same time. If you know your trading platform limits and close unnecessary or unused charts or workspaces. I try not to have too many open. I do have quite a few charts up, but I only have one workspace opened at a time. I'll close anything that I'm not using. If I find that I am having a problem, I will start shutting down charts, making sure that Dropbox is closed, Skype is closed, anything that might be pulling something out of the ordinary. I'll close all that stuff down. Your charts may freeze up. Sometimes another program is running in the background, may interfere with your trading software, like I just mentioned. Close antivirus, backup software before trading. I do have a backup software that I have to close every morning when I turn the computer on, because that really raises heck with my Ninja Trader. So every morning I go down, when I turn it on, before I turn Ninja on, I turn the backup software off, so it doesn't keep updating. Every time you add a new indicator or even draw a line, it'll start backing up that particular area, so I take that off. But I do let it back up every morning before I open up the charts. Your charts may freeze up. Continued here, you may be trying to reload historical data on too many charts at the same time. That's one of the problems that I have. I'll start reloading CL, NQ, Gold, ZB, all at the same time, and that will give me problems, whether it be tick charts, memory. You may not have enough memory on your PC. Increase your RAM to 16 gigabytes if you don't have that. A lot of computers have 8. I've got mine maxed out. I can't get any more than what I have on it now. I just loaded up. So again, everybody slide a chart over to show you what I'm talking about. When you're reloading historical data, this is what I'm talking about. Say I have the 377 tick chart. When you go to click this, it's going to take all the tick charts that are CL and start reloading it. And it'll also do this with OFA if you have OFA. But what I'll do is I'll hit the reloading the data on CL, NQYM. Wait for it to stop before you start another one. And then if you do it on a minute chart, like if I have CL and I want all the historical data loaded up on that, tick chart, minute chart, I'll wait for the tick chart to get done before I go to the minute chart. Sometimes if I do both of them at the same time, I don't have a problem with that, but when I go with CL, gold, or anything else, maybe going 3 different markets, then I do have a problem with it. It'll freeze charts up. I have to shut Ninja down and restart it to get back online. Your charts may freeze up, continue it again. Trading news. This is where I had a problem. Trading news, got into a trade and got out of the trade. Everything was good. And then when I went to try to switch from live market to simulation, it kept telling me I had a trade out. I couldn't see it anywhere I looked. I could not see a trade, but it was showing that I had 2 trades out, and I had to find that. Then again, with that, it could be your not just your end with the internet connection. It could be your broker. They may have lost their feed. They may have lost power with them. Usually you'll see this early in the morning, not so much throughout the day, although it has happened. I have seen it, and you can lose your connection that way. No fault of your own. It's on the broker's end, and you'll need to know how to deal with that when that happens, especially if you're in a trade and it happens. What to have ready. Your help desk phone numbers. Order desk phone numbers, sometimes they're the same, sometimes they're different. Ninja has an emergency desk number. I don't have that down, but because I just write up on my sheet, help desk or order desk with the phone numbers. Here's what I found out when I called Top Step, and I called my broker, which was originally it's a dormant account through Maris. I still have the same broker, the guy that I had signed up with. He's the same guy from Maris from way back, Peter Lee. So I called the number that I had. You'll see the chart with the phone number on it. That's the number I called, but the numbers have changed, and I didn't know that until Friday because I never kept up with it. They patched me through to get to Peter, and I was able to go through the steps that I had to get it done. Since then, I have a new sheet made up with the new phone numbers to contact. You need to have your account numbers. If you have one account, not so bad, but if you have 2 or 3 different accounts, you need to have those phone number or those account numbers along with the phone numbers. What to do when you make that call? Tell them the problem. Know the position that you were in, if you were in long or short. My problem was I had no idea. But you need to know if you were long on a trade or short on a trade, how many positions that you had, how many contracts did you have out. And you will need to know the market that you were in. This is why it's not really wise to trade 5 or 6 markets at the same time, especially if you're not watching what gets filled and what doesn't get filled. So I keep track of the markets that I'm on, CL, TF, NQ, YM, 6C, GC, ES, etc. You have to know that. It helps that you know that. It helps very much so if you're long or short. What to do when you make that call. You need to know the contract month also, especially if they're about ready to roll over. They'll need to know that. And how many contracts you have on. I've already mentioned that. Know how many contracts you had, know the contract month, and know the market you were trading. Talking to the help desk. You may get away with telling them to flatten all my orders, and they'll flatten them. Usually when I'm talking to Peter, I don't have a problem. I'll say flatten anything out there, and it gets done. It depends on the person that you're actually talking to, whether they're going to go through they have a format that they have to go through. I'm going to go through this here. If you're short, you may have to tell them that you want to place a buy limit at a particular price, along with how many contracts. If I'm not sure of the direction that I was in, what I'll do is I will tell them to put a buy limit above where price is showing right now and a sell limit below it. And whatever one gets hit, it should take either I'm going to be added a contract or it's going to take it out. And as soon as the order is done, they'll walk you through it. They're going to talk to you, let you know what's going on, and it'll be pretty smooth. If you're long, you may have to tell them that you want to place the sell limit. Right there's the sell. So remember, if you're long, if you're short, you may have to tell them that you want to put a buy limit in, and if you're short, you may have to tell them that you want to put a sell limit at a certain price. And again, along with how many contracts that you have in. Make it easier on yourself. Stay calm. I know the first time I called, I was not really all that calm. I know I had a lot of orders in, contracts in, and I had no idea if I was in the money or out of the money. Listen to what they are saying, especially if they're telling you, they're going to probably ask you, so do you want to put a buy limit order in at a certain price? You would have to say that exactly before they can put that order in. It's all, it goes back to when you used to have to make a phone call to put a trade in for even stocks. So listen to what they're saying. Remember, they're not out there to try to get to you, to get you. They are trying to help, and they're not there to have a conversation. They want to get you out of whatever you're in as quick as possible. Answer their questions. Making it easier on yourself. We're going to continue with this. Ask the questions before you have a problem. So what I'm going to tell you is what you can do to make things easier. Get a notebook, get a pad of paper, whatever you have. Call the desk and talk to the broker today. Ask the questions. What do you do in an emergency before you have to really use them? You can call the help desk. You can. I would prefer that you call them rather than write them, but you can do that also. They have a support. Call them at support, and they will they'll help you with that. Ask them, what do you need to know? Ask them how to get out of a trade when you have a problem. That'll make it a lot easier on you. I know when I had one broker that was real difficult, I had used Peter several times, and it was quick. Just flatten everything, and everything was good to go. But one that I had talked to, I had to go by the book, and it had to be in their format. And the sad thing is, they had it all written out, and I just didn't look at it. So take a look at anything that you have that they have on it already. Call them up, ask them how to get out of the trade, or how they're going to ask you where you're at. But you are going to need to know the market. You're going to need to know the contract month, how many orders you had in, and whether you were long or short. Those are the things they're going to ask you. They're going to ask you your account number also. But just stay calm when you're trying to talk to them. Here's an older photo of what I've had, and I just wrote up a new one. It has everything on there that you see here. I added Ninja Broker on there, a Rhythmic, Vision, the phone number. There's 2 phone numbers there. I put the account number. Now I also have a Skype number for the Rhythmic Vision, which is now Halifax, America, and Global AMP, their phone number and the account number for that, along with Ninja now. So I also put down on the list here, tell them the problem, know the position I'm in, know the market and month I'm in, tell them how many contracts I'm in, and right down the road, tell them I want to flatten all trades. If they can't do that, I'll have to place a trade, a buy limit or a sell limit at a certain price. And I need to put the same amount of contracts that I was in. You have to tell them if you're in 3, that you know that you were in 3, you have to tell them that you want to put 3 buy limits in or 3 sell limit at a certain price. And usually what I'll do is 2 or 3 ticks above where price is at, and they can tell you where price is at right now. They've even been able to tell me if I was in the money or out of the money. So once you do it once, the first time it was pretty nerve-wracking. Second time, I remember trading with Wi-Fi is where I had the biggest problem. I haven't had that problem in 2 years if I've traded Wi-Fi. I've traded Wi-Fi at the airport, hospital, and in some restaurants. It's a lot better than it was before. I don't use the hospital's Wi-Fi. I bring my own in to do that. Just use it off the phone. Hey, Walter. Nice seeing you here. Yes, we do have FOMC here in a few minutes, and we're going to try to catch a trade here on CL. I'm thinking that I'm going to do this in Sim. I'm up for the day, and I don't want to lose what I've already got. So we have any questions on this part? Get everything together. A local Wi-Fi is the question is it safe to use the local Wi-Fi? Local meaning yours? I wouldn't use it at McDonald's. Restaurant, some of them are good, some of them are bad. You can always tell how many bars you've got, and then how many people are in there also. I'd use caution. If I'm using somebody else's Wi-Fi, I use caution. If you see that with NinjaTrader, you'll hear connection lost. That's the only sound that I want on with the NinjaTrader that I don't have put in myself. I want to know if the connection has been lost, so that I put that in. Run it a little bit before you try. A friend of mine, Ian, he trades in at a coffee shop. He hasn't had a problem there. That's what I use, Kenneth. The question is, they can use a Wi-Fi hotspot on their cell phone if you have it. That's what I use. But it's still better to be hardwired in. I still believe that. But again, in saying that, Wi-Fi is a lot better now than it was 3-4 years ago. A whole bunch better. So let's take a look at some charts here. We got, I am going to do this in Sim. I'm not going to take, I'm not going to lose anything I've made today. With FOMC, anybody that's trading Top Step will have to step aside. FOMC statements, meetings, all products cannot be traded at this particular time. Might get away with it doing the combine itself, but trading live, they will pull your account if you trade this. I do like the way that it's setting up here, going sideways here. I can see it coming up to 53 and then possibly breaking back down. Maybe even 48. Looks like I've got less resistance below me than I do above me, looking at volume. I'm going to give it another about a minute and a half before I place my order out. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and stage them. Just eyeballing up a 50. We have 50 right there. So checking the zone area to see if I have anything that might make me think about reversing it. Again, this here trade with 2 o'clock coming up here, I think I'll trade this just a little different. Trade it like I would trade any other news. I'll wait for the candle to come in right here and then place an order above and below the candle right off the red line. This red line is what I'm talking about. I'll bracket the candle that comes once the candle is about ready to close. That's when I'll put the orders out. I'm going to trade this as if it was news. I do want to be out of the way. Could even do this one with a volume spike. That'd be nice too. Maybe I can grab both of them. I'll go 3 ticks out from the high and the low of that candle. Anybody watching anything else? I got slipped there. There's the first target. Go to break even. +1. $40 in sim. I'm going to try one more thing here. 28 seconds. I'm going to bracket the high and low of the news candle. Come on. Just don't want to go. I'll tighten up the stop a little bit. Now this could take a while. Looks like that candle is telling me down. I can see that. A 5-tick stop. GC and ZB reacted. Thanks, Brandon. I don't have any of those charts up. This is the only chart I've got up, other than the 377 tick on CL. Did anybody take anything on anything else for this? Does anybody trade the FOMC? There we go. I'm not going to lose on it. Stop really should be at 59, and we're out. So that would have been another $90 that I would have had in my account. Go ahead and knock that out. Bill, you took YM? Let me go take, I'll bring this over here. We'll do this real quick here. I want to see what YM did. Sim, that's fine. There, wow, sweet. Take a look at ZB. I missed a real nice trade today on ZB because of a cat problem. ZB did a nice job. And I'm going to take a note here while I'm at it. Get it ready for the next FOMC. Got it. Anybody have any questions? Cat wasn't trying to type, he just wanted to lay in front of the screen. Yeah, it did. Brandon, ZB did the same thing on the last one. ZB, there was a ZB trade at 8:20 this morning, and 8:20 didn't work out too well. Actually, I didn't even put it in. I pulled the order. News, 8:30. 8:30 news. Got ZB up here. There's the line for 8:30 news. Bracket was there. And right there, what I wanted to do, I have 3 ticks above, 3 ticks below is where I wanted to place the order. And I had my order. I still would have made it if I hadn't moved my order, but my order was sitting right about here. It was just below this swing down here. And when I went to grab it to pull it up, gold, I took the gold and I was doing 2 of them at the same time, but I wasn't able to slide up here. It was off this candle here that I was going off from. 3 ticks above this candle, 3 ticks below it, and it just slammed down. Looking at it is when I seen it, it came down fast enough to know that I would have gotten a positive slippage on the fill. Yeah, Brandon was in the room. He says it's a lot funnier when I tell this cat story when it's live. It was. Well, to you guys out there that were with me, but it wasn't. That would have been my trade for the day. All right. Anybody have any questions on how I did the trade for CL? The thing is, you could do this the same trade on any of these other markets. Just take a look at it. You don't have the indicator. Just draw your lines 5 minutes prior to the 2 o'clock time, and it keeps going up. Beautiful, beautiful. Take a look at where you might have areas for this thing to turn around. Got a double top here, a equal top, double top if it breaks up here, and come down. Nice setup. Very good. I want to keep that right here. Need to go back to the live chart. And let's get into part 3 of the Mastermind. Part 3, Mastermind, wins, lessons, and Q&A. Again, let me know what your best trade so far this week, this past week. If you have a microphone, let me know, and I'll unmute you. Otherwise, just type it into the chat box. Up till this morning, I didn't really have a great trade myself. I did take the oil inventory trade, And that would, I'd have to say, since Monday, that was my best trade. Chris, I do not have a PDF of the presentation, but video will be out. Thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed it. A video will be out for you. So in saying that, let me go back here. I took the 1030 trade twice. I used 2 contracts. At 16:30, let's get to the right time here, Ted. And that was a bracket. I did the same thing with this particular trade. Remove all of this. I'll put my arrow right here and one right here. I did choke the first one. I put 2 targets at 10 ticks. Was the ATM because I was really hoping that it would have slammed harder. It did not move as fast as I was hoping, because sometimes you can put these contracts in and if you go for 10 ticks you get 400 or 500, but it didn't move that way. So what I did, we've got the high, but I do need that 1030 because I've got to show you this. 1030. This is the candle that I bracketed, and 3 ticks above, 3 ticks below. Got in here, and I took it out. I just hit the close button, and then I re-entered on the way down. We had the volume spike, but I wasn't because I closed the orders. It took everything out, and I had lines up here where I said, okay, I didn't catch the short coming down, so I decided to go ahead and place it at the bottom, the same area here, and that filled me at 10 ticks on the way down. We did have the volume spike coming up. Could have gotten back, got in up here somewhere for the short, or even right at the high of this candle here. Would have been nice, but 310 on this account was good enough. That's would be my best trade of the week. Anybody have a mic? Let me know what yours is. Type it in. Did anybody trade this week yet? This could have been a real good trade if 26 ticks, not bad. You haven't traded in 2 years. Getting back into it then? Doesn't matter if you traded in sim or live, Chris. Until you get used to it, that's the best way to do it. Do it in sim until you get used to it. Get used to the system that you're using, your charting, your rules, and then carry those on into your live trading. Brandon, best trade is I haven't taken a bad loss this week. Very good. You're keeping them to a minimum. Very, very good. Do you trade only futures? In here, yes. I trade outside of, I might go in at 8, 9 o'clock at night, take a look at some ETFs for trades in the morning, but mainly I trade futures. I love futures better than anything else. That's good, Brandon. Keep it to a minimum. I was up and down. A lot of you that were in the room today, up $60, back down, back up to 60. That account has. I gotta look at the other computer. That account has $90 in it. So when I closed the room down, the account that I was on had 90 bucks or $60. I think I took one more trade. I ended up 90 there and 310 in this one. What did you learn this week that would benefit other traders? Again, if you have a microphone, let me know and I'll unmute you. Otherwise, type it in the box. I will tell you, mine started Friday. What I learned is I need to keep in contact with my broker, the help desk, keep all the phone numbers updated so that I don't have that problem again. Good thing these guys all know each other and they were able to help me, just patch me over to them. So let them know. I've sent a letter to Dorman Trading and re-verified my accounts and phone numbers for them, along with NinjaTrader and Top Step. They're different. Let me know what you've learned. Lessons learned. Another thing that I learned is to keep the cats out while I'm trying to trade. That would help me greatly. Does anybody have anything they want to add? Anything? Yeah, the 9 a.m. trade has been pretty successful, Joel. 9 a.m. on CL. Doing good. The cat, when I was looking at that trade this morning for ZB, the cat came up and jumped on the table, and I was already had the gold trade in, and I was trying to get the order in on ZB. When the cat came in, wow, that's really sweet there. It's a nice volume spike. So I could not move my, he got in the way of the mouse, the screen, so I couldn't grab the mouse and get the target in. I was trying to get him out of the way. Do I trade after hours? I have. I don't do it as a norm. Been turning the computer on around 6:30 to see if there's anything. That I do this at home. We got some movement. What time is it? 21. I'm going to leave it alone. If I do see something that's going on after the market is after it really opens back up again between 6:30 Eastern time, if I see something that looks good, I kind of like to have a volume at a certain area. I don't want to have a volume at 3 or 4. It has to be above 100. But there has been some really good moves from 6 o'clock till 3, and then from 3 to 5. I do trade the London session. I will trade that occasionally. I'll get up early enough to trade that. But when I go to trade it, I'm probably only trading about 10, 15 minutes, and then I'll wait at certain times. I like to trade around the hour itself. Can the ZB trade be done on ZN or ZF? Yes. Yeah, they all pretty much work the same way. I hope that answers your question, Joel. Really? Caught flack from Dorman, getting Ninja Broker on the phone for just trying to ask someone some questions last week. Dorman didn't want to be accused of you aren't all that friendly. They might know each other. Yeah, that's true there. Yeah, thanks, Joel. Let me know. I'd have them. I used to have all of them up, all the Z's, ZB, ZF, ZN. It just gets to be too much. 230 trade might work here. It just gets to be way too much. The smaller account, yeah. ZN, I know I've got a couple of guys that I trade with that trade ZN. And they would do it the same way. And the only reason why they trade it is because it's a little cheaper to trade. So anybody else have any lessons that they've learned? Next time you talk to a Dorman, find out who you're talking to. Everybody's going to have a different number. My Dorman number might be the same as yours, but I know Ian and Ian has a different phone number for the same place that we have accounts from. They're different phone numbers. I actually talked to a certain person. I don't remember who I talked to at Dorman. They shouldn't be. They should be able to help you out. All right. What can we help clarify that will help you be a better futures trader? If you have a microphone, let me know. I'll unmute you. Otherwise, Go ahead and type it in the box. What do you have? What do you have that I've gone over here today? Or in the past? Yeah, anything that I do, the way I trade works from one market to the other. There would be nuances in some of them, like going from gold to ZB. Everything would be the same. I'll have to wait a little bit. Like say if I'm going to be using I'll use CL. I like the 610 tick chart on CL, but on bonds I like the 377, and I very seldom go up from the 377 on bonds. But everything else would be the same on that. Your time, your trades that you take. Joel, take a look at the bonds when you look at it. If you have all three of them up on a minute chart, or even a tick chart, it doesn't really matter. Take a look to see which one leads. One will more than likely go first, and the other ones will follow. It could give you a leading indication of what way the market's going to go on the bonds. That's what I would use them for. So if you're trading, let's say ZN, and that one's the one that's moving first, I would go up to the next one. I'd trade ZF. Does that make sense? Because if you don't really want to trade ZB because it costs so much. I can understand that. But take a look at it. If ZB is moving first and the other ones are following, take the one that goes next. It's not always going to be the same one leading. One of the either the 5, 10, or the 15 and 30. One of those will usually go first. And when I say go first, it might just go one tick. I don't. Yeah, the 800 guy, 800 number. That could be the problem. I don't have the 800 number anymore. I have an 888 number and an 818. Two 818 numbers. I'd talk to someone else. Oh, I see. You had an 800 number. I used their data feed, which is I had Zenfire. Who do we have now? Same one that Ninja uses. I still get my one of my brokerage statements still comes from Dorman Trading. Yeah, I did kind of look that up. They didn't have any Ninja charts. Yeah, sorry about that. Next step, where to go from here? Review your notes and take action on at least one thing you've learned. Visit us at www.winvesting.com and check out the profitability path. Send your feedback and suggestions for future episodes to support@winvesting.com. Really like to hear from you. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. If there's any other questions, please put them out. I'll stay on just a little bit longer. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Brandon. See you in the room. Hope everybody got something out of it. Remember, get your account number, get your phone numbers that you need. Get a battery backup if you don't have one. You don't need one that's going to last you 6-7 hours. just one long enough to get yourself out of a trade. Thank you. Glad you got something out of it. Yep. And if you haven't talked to your brokers or your help desk in a while, just contact them. Just even write them an email to make sure that you have the right phone number. Call them and ask them if the refrigerator's running. No, I'm just kidding. Have a good one. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all for coming out. If you have any suggestions, write them right to support@winvesting.com. Great info. Thanks, Perry. Faye, you guys are welcome. You bet, Kenneth. Thanks. Everybody have a great day, great weekend. If I don't see you tomorrow or Friday, you all have a great one.